Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a fascinating what-if scenario that's been buzzing around the fan community. Imagine this, a photorealistic, gritty, street-level encounter. On one side, we have the ever-brilliant, super-strong Jennifer Walters, our She-Hulk. On the other, a new mysterious character, Ben Wolf, a hulking, werewolf-like figure. The scene is set. Daylight streams down. She-Hulk, looking confident as ever, cracks her neck. Her yellow t-shirt is torn, and she smirks, delivering a classic witty line. Looks like the shirt's not the only thing that's torn tonight. Ben Wolf just growls in response. Chills, right? This single prompt opens up a universe of possibilities. Who is Ben Wolf? Is he a hero? A villain? Something in between? The name itself, Ben Wolf, is pretty on the nose, suggesting a classic werewolf archetype, maybe someone struggling with a curse. But in the Marvel universe, things are rarely that simple. Could he be tied to other lupine characters like Werewolf by Night, Jack Russell? Or perhaps he's a new creation entirely, a product of a gamma experiment gone wrong, just like the Hulk family. The fact that he's described as photorealistic, and the scene is set in daylight, suggests a more grounded, visceral take than we often see. This isn't a shadowy monster hiding in the dark. He's out in the open, raw and primal. Now let's break down She-Hulk's role here. Her line is pure Jen Walters. It's cocky, a little flirty, and shows she's completely unfazed by this massive wolfman in front of her. She's not just a powerhouse, she's got the brains and the wit to back it up. This suggests she sees this confrontation as just another Tuesday. She's dealt with gods, monsters, and interdimensional threats. A big dog isn't going to make her sweat. The torn shirt detail is also key. It implies a fight has already started. This isn't the beginning of the battle. We're jumping right into the middle of the action. She's already taken a hit. Or maybe she hulked out and the shirt was collateral damage, but she's still cracking jokes. That's the core of her character. So what could have led to this moment? My first theory is that Ben Wolf is a victim. Maybe he's newly transformed, lost and confused, lashing out in fear. As a lawyer who specializes in superhuman affairs, Jennifer might have been trying to help him, to talk him down. The fight could be a misunderstanding. Her line, in this context, is her trying to de-escalate with humor, to show him she's not a threat, even as she prepares for the worst. It's her way of saying, okay, you've got my attention. Now let's talk before this gets out of hand. She's assessing the situation, using her personality as her first line of defense before resorting to her fists. Theory 2. Ben Wolf is a villain, plain and simple. Perhaps he's an enforcer for a criminal organization like the Magia, or maybe he's working for a more sinister, supernatural entity. In this scenario, She-Hulk is on the job. She tracked him down, and the fight is about bringing him to justice. Her smirk and her line are a display of dominance. She's telling him, you've landed a lucky shot, but the real fight is just beginning, and you're going to lose. This aligns with her more traditional superhero adventures, where she's the one laying down the law, both in the courtroom and on the streets. The daylight setting could mean he was bold enough to attack in public, forcing her hand. But there's a third, more interesting possibility. What if they're rivals, or even reluctant allies? Think about the dynamics in the Marvel universe. Heroes fight each other all the time before they team up. Maybe they're both after the same objective. A powerful artifact, a dangerous fugitive, or information that could expose a conspiracy. They have different methods. Ben Wolf is the brute force, the tracker. She-Hulk is the strategist, the heavy hitter with a plan. Her line could be a playful jab, the kind of banter you have with a co-worker you respect, but also compete with. Looks like you're having a rough night, too, is the subtext. This would create a fantastic buddy cop dynamic, a Beauty and the Beast team-up that would be incredible to watch. Let's think about the power matchup. She-Hulk's strength is immense, often rivaling that of her cousin Bruce, especially when her rage or adrenaline is up. She also retains her intellect, which is her greatest weapon. She can outthink her opponents. Ben Wolf, as a werewolf-like creature, would likely have superhuman strength, speed, agility, and heightened senses. Not to mention claws and teeth. He'd be a ferocious, animalistic fighter. It wouldn't be an easy win for Jen. She'd have to use her brains as much as her brawn. She couldn't just stand there and trade punches. She'd have to be agile, to counter his speed, to anticipate his feral moves. This is where her experience as a seasoned Avenger comes in. She's fought Wolverine. She's fought the Wendigo. She knows how to handle a wild opponent. The visual of this fight would be spectacular. The green of She-Hulk against the grey or brown tones of Ben Wolf. The fluid, controlled movements of a trained fighter versus the savage, unpredictable attacks of a beast. And all of it happening in broad daylight, making every detail sharp and clear. No hiding in the shadows. We'd see every muscle strain, every impact, every snarl and smirk. The setting itself, probably a city street, would become a weapon. Cars being thrown, lampposts being used as clubs, pavement cracking under their feet. So, who is Ben Wolf? After thinking it through, my favorite theory is the reluctant ally. It offers the most narrative potential. Imagine a story where Jennifer has to defend Ben Wolf in court by day for the damage he caused, while teaming up with him at night to take down a bigger threat. This would play perfectly into the dual nature of her character, the lawyer and the superhero. It would force her to confront questions of justice, responsibility, and what it means to be a monster. Can someone like Ben Wolf be redeemed? Does he deserve a place in society? These are the kinds of complex, character-driven stories that She-Hulk excels at telling. This one-line prompt is a perfect example of how a simple idea can spark a huge amount of creativity. It gives us a snapshot of a larger story and invites us to fill in the blanks. What do you guys think? Who is Ben Wolf? Is he a friend, a foe, or something else entirely? Let me know your theories down in the comments below. I'd love to read what you come up with. It's always amazing to see how different people interpret these what-if scenarios. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for stopping by and nerding out with me. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. I'll see you all in the next video.